you know.
Hey, come here, don't you look on the store for me? Huh? Yeah. Alright,
Hey guys, welcome back to my blog. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded some videos, but you know, I'm back and I'm gonna try to give you guys something interesting to watch, talk about on a regular basis now. As some of you guys may not know, I do have an online radio station, Serendipity Radio, which should be coming back to life come March. And one of my favorite things about the radio show is hearing people's opinions. And so my blogs are taking a little bit of a twist. We're going to be talking about interesting news articles, and of course, you know, the whole purpose of this is to encourage you guys to give me feedback on what we're discussing. And this week's discussion, or this discussion, is about the young man named Jordan Russell Davis. Some of you guys may know who he is, some of you guys may not. Some of you guys may know of him as the 17-year-old who was shot to death in Jacksonville, Florida. Let me give you a little bit of background on the story. So Jordan Russell Davis was in an SUV in the parking lot of a convenience store with a few of his friends. And him and his friends were listening to music. The music was kind of loud. They do admit that. And a older gentleman by the name of Mr. Dunn. Yes, Mr. Dunn. I just want to make sure. He came up. He was returning from his son's wedding with his girlfriend. His girlfriend went into the convenience store to buy a few things, and Mr. Dunn got out, and he was trying to get the young men to lower their music because he claimed that they were playing it too loud. Well, the young men didn't want to. Mr. Dunn states that he saw a shotgun, and so he proceeded to get his gun, and he shot 8 or 9 times into the SUV, shooting young Mr. Jordan Russell Davis. And Mr. Jordan Russell Davis eventually did pass away. Mr. Dunn left after his girlfriend came out of the restaurant. Mr. Dunn left the scene. I believe he went back to wherever they were staying, hotel, whatever. And then he went back the next day. He saw on the news that the young child or kid, young man rather, that he had shot had passed away. At that point, he proceeds to go back home. All you guys, you can, for those of you who are not familiar with this story, you can search this. Either Google 17-year-old shot in Jacksonville, Florida, or you can Google the 17-year-old's full name is Jordan Russell Davis. Or you can even Google Mr. Dunn's full name is, let me see, Michael David Dunn. You can Google either of these three, and you can read more about this on your own. I do encourage you to read and find out the facts of this case. Anyway, a bystander wrote down Mr. Dunn's license plate, and according to, I believe it was BET and Eddie News Online, they wrote down his license plate, and that's how they tracked down Mr. Dunn. He was later arrested and charged with, now I'm not sure exactly what Mr. Dunn was charged with yet. Now, there's a couple interesting aspects to this, and a lot of people are saying that this is another Trayvon Martin, and of course there are racial undertones to this, and so people are saying that this is just like the Trayvon Martin case. And another interesting aspect of this is the stand your ground law, which we will talk about in a later video. Mr. Dunn's lawyer is possibly going to use, I read that he may possibly use the stand your ground law as a defense for Mr. Dunn. Mr. Dunn's lawyer also states that the police didn't look hard enough to find the shotgun that was pulled on Mr. Dunn. Ebony states, Ebony's online article states, sarcastically speaking, what did these young teens do? They went and drove somewhere or stashed the gun while their friend is bleeding to death in the back seat, which doesn't really seem plausible. Now, what I'd like to hear your opinion on is, what do you, based on your readings, because, you can't fully form an opinion based on what I'm sharing with you. I always encourage people to read the facts and form your own opinions. But my question to you is, do you think this is another Trayvon case, another Trayvon Martin case, or is there a bigger issue here at work, and that there seems to be some type of issue, larger issues, racial issues in Florida, since this is the second incident? And if you read, I read a couple articles here, and they say that this type of thing is prevalent. This type of racial issue is very prevalent in Florida. Again, I'm not stating this is my opinion. I am stating, these are what the articles are saying. And so I'm very interested to hear your opinion on what you feel regarding this case. So please, I encourage you to post your opinions here. Also visit us on Facebook, where this video will also be posted, for you to engage and share what your opinion is on this case. And first of all, do you even think that there are racial undertones? Do you think that this guy has a right to pull up in a convenience store, a public location, and ask these young teenagers to turn down his music, and when they fail to turn down the music, does he have a right to pull a gun? Does he have a right to pull a gun once supposedly the gun was pulled on him, and his actions afterwards of leaving the scene, not calling the police? That's very important. He never, according to what I have read, he never reached out and called the police. So, are his actions appropriate? Please share your opinions with me. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. And I'd love to hear different opinions on this. Racial undertones, is this an issue for why we shouldn't have the stand your ground law, or what? Please post your opinions, share with us Serendipity Radio on Facebook, post your opinions here. I encourage you. Thanks for listening, guys, and do look to future videos, because we will be sharing and I will be talking. See you guys next time.
Hey, yo. Hey, come here, don't you work on the store for me? Huh? Yeah. Alright, your mom want a black cherry soda with Snickers. I want